Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to hang out a little bit. Get some people to show up and hang out with us today. Camera adjusting. Personal adjusting. Yeah, we're wearing a vest today. Just going to wait for a few more people to show up. For those of you that have already tuned in, thank you very much for being here. This is going to be episode 11 of the Nooner. And hey, if you're watching live, make sure to retweet this, stream this out to your friends. If you're stumbling on this on YouTube after the fact, share it with people. I'm going to adjust this just a little bit more. Hey, we got somebody hopping in. There we go. Well, whoever just tuned in, welcome. Thank you for being here. 2 people have showed up. The crowd is busy. The crowd is standing room only. That's the goal for the Nooner. I'm going to get rolling. Time is valuable, and I know yours is. My name is David Bradley, and I am the host of the Nooner. Today we are going to be looking at how to avoid asking the dreaded question, what's your budget? Who am I? Oh, you know what? Before I get into that, what'd you do yesterday? Do you remember? Did you do something yesterday to make someone feel not alone? Did you go out and do that? I did. When I left here yesterday after I made all my phone calls, I ran over to the Starbucks, and the guy behind the counter at Starbucks was down. I could tell. Not a happy camper. So I told him a joke, got him chuckling, made him feel better a little bit, and I think I improved his day. I think I brought him up a bit. So by communicating with him, I could tell he wasn't present with us, and so I cracked a joke. He came over here back into reality, and his day probably went a lot better, hopefully. So it was a great experience. Hopefully you did something similar. If not, you got all day to do it too. So what if you did that every day? Made somebody feel a little bit better. So let me just introduce myself to you. My name is David Bradley, Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. We help companies and individuals increase production, usually to the tune of about 15 to 30%, simply by helping them find and then handle missed opportunity in the organization. I'm also the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. That book is designed to literally help anybody kick the habit before the habit leads to kicking the bucket. And I'm the founder of Richmans Gym, which is a hashtag soon-to-be book, strength and conditioning for strength of body, mind, and spirit. That's my subtitle. Home-based, mind you. Okay, so today on the Nooner, what we want to do is I'm going to come in here every weekday around noon, and I'm going to drop a little noontime nugget that you can take with you into the rest of your day, and we're going to cover something about sales, business, or life. Look, you've had lunch for your brain, for your body right now, and I'm going to give you some lunch for your head. You need some motivation to push you through into the next half of your day. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, thank you for being here, for those of you that are tuning in. How to avoid asking what's your budget? That's the topic. There are 3 questions that I absolutely abhor when I'm shopping, especially for something that could be considered a big ticket item. And this could be a really good pair of shoes. This could be some furniture. Could be a nice bike, road bike, pedals, right? Could be a car. Could be a house. Could be any big ticket item. Okay, those 3 questions that drive me kind of bonkers, and I'll get into why in a minute. It's hey, what's your budget? How much are you looking to spend? What kind of payment are you looking for? I hate those questions. These are it's a qualifying question that salespeople tend to ask, and I believe the questions are asked simply because they don't know what else to say. So it's ironic because, like, you know, even with the best of intentions, it sets the wrong tone. And what I mean by that is it sets the wrong tone not just for the customer, but also for the salesperson and the entire process. So if you're in a selling situation, it can become very easy to get all caught up in price. It can become one of those never-ending catch-22 type of cycles that you just can't seem to get out of. And salespeople will tell you, it's all about price. They're only interested in getting the cheapest thing, and they'll get into that. And then the customer will reciprocate that. Got to have the lowest price. It's all about the money. But we want to keep in mind as a sales organization and as an industry that there's a really good chance that we created that all on our own. That's probably our fault. The reason the guy comes in and asks for the best price and lowest price, we've probably done that. That's our fault. What do I mean by that? Well, turn on the TV, listen to the radio, crack open a newspaper, and you'll see things like, no money down, 0% financing, we'll beat any advertised price, we are the lowest price. Right? We're peppering that all over the market because, hey, it gets attention. Okay? But we also might have created a little bit of a monster, possibly. Okay, so here's how we deal with it. So how often have you personally gone in to buy something and spent significantly more or even a little bit more than what you budgeted? We've all done it. Okay, there's a really good chance that when somebody comes in on a product, if they're asking for something specific, they may be on the wrong thing, right? So if it was really all about the money, then the $5.25 that I spent for my 4 shots of espresso and a bunch of foam in a grande cup, it wouldn't happen. Disneyland would not be in business. The Waldorf Astoria would be collecting cobwebs. Okay, the Pacific Dining Car in downtown Los Angeles could not get away with selling a $70 steak. That's not even Kobe beef, but they do, and it's good. Okay, so price is a myth, okay? And if you know who I work for, then you know that already. And if you've read this book, Sell or Be Sold, I'm going to do a couple more references. We can dig deeper into that. But price is a myth. So get that first thing handled. So here's the thing, though. Wouldn't you like to know what their budget is? I mean, wouldn't it, help? Yeah, of course. So why wouldn't you just come out and say, hey, Mr. Customer, how much are you looking to spend? Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's a catch-22, first of all. Secondly, it's insulting. So, speaking of Sell or Be Sold, we've got 2 principles in this book. The first one is treat them like a millionaire. Okay? Millionaires don't need to be asked, what's your budget? The second thing is you got to treat them like they can buy and that they will buy. So if you're treating them like a millionaire who can buy and will buy, then budget's not the issue. Service is the issue. Helping them find the right product for their situation, that's the issue. Okay? So the only people you don't treat like millionaires, do you know who they are? Now I learned this from Grant. He's talked about it. Who do you think are the only people that you don't treat like millionaires? Leave a comment below if you know who it is. Millionaires. What do you think you treat millionaires like? Treat them like billionaires, right? Yeah, see, I love that concept. So step up. So look, no customer ever wants to be made to feel poor. They don't want to be felt like they're being limited to what they can get. Okay, what they can spend, what a salesperson is going to show, how well they're going to service somebody after the sale, all of that can be determined by simply asking the right questions. So I'm going to give you a list of some questions you can ask that you can use that gets rid of what's your budget. The best way to do this is to do everything you can to figure out their current situation. Okay, so if you're taking notes, here's the questions. Have you ever shopped with us before? Great question to ask. What kind of, let's say we're buying furniture. I'm going to use furniture as an example, okay? Not that I had an experience like this recently, but that's beside the point. Have you ever shopped with us before? Great question to answer. If you're looking for, let's say they're looking for nightstands. Hey, have you ever, what kind of nightstands do you have now? Where do you normally get your furniture? Is this for an apartment or a house? Great question to ask. What other furniture do you have in your bedroom now? What do you like about your bedroom now? In addition to the nightstands you came in for, Mr. Customer, is there anything else you'd like to add or change about your bedroom or your current situation? Okay, these are questions that stimulate a conversation. And the first thing, this is the first thing I learned from Grant Cardone, was that selling is a conversation and power comes from the words that you use. What's your budget is not a conversation because it gets you one answer. Nothing. That's my budget. $1. That's my standard answer. How much are you looking to spend? $1. Because I'm a smartass and I don't like the question. So you ask it and you're going to get it. That's what's coming. What's your budget? $1. How much you looking to spend? $1. Okay. So, and it ends. It stops everything. Okay. So ask questions that stimulate a conversation. So here's some examples. So we're going to use the furniture as an example. Hey, what kind of nightstands do you have now? Well, so the client's going to say something like, hey, I got these solid oak nightstands. They've been in the family for 60 years. My son's getting married and moving in with his wife, and he's taking them with him. It's going to be a family tradition. What did you just learn? What did you learn about the client? Is money even an issue at this point? Probably not, right? What if the buyer says this? Well, we normally get our furniture from either swap meets or at thrift stores. That tells you something entirely different. Right? What do you like most about your bedroom now, Mr. Customer? Well, to tell you the truth, man, we hate it. We hate our bedroom. Everything in there. They're hand-me-downs. They were given to us by family, and my wife and I were looking to replace our bedroom, one piece at a time, because, wait for it, we're on a budget. What happened? They just told you themselves. They brought it up all by themselves. Why? Because you, the salesperson, asked the right questions. Okay? So therein lies the moral of the story, which is number one, show genuine interest in your buyer. Be interested in them, why they're here and what they're up to. That's number one. Number two is treat them like they can buy and they will buy, and treat them like millionaires, like they got money. Most likely, they will duplicate the way you treat them. You treat them like they're cheap, guess what's going to happen? They're going to be cheap. You treat them like they got a lot of money, they're probably going to drop some coin. Okay? Professional salespeople are always looking to serve and solve a problem for their customer. When you do that, then the commission shows up all on its own. The budget will take care of itself. Okay? So that's the nooner. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I'm coming back tomorrow and every weekday at noon Pacific Standard Time to drop a little nugget about sales, business, or life on you. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about selective hearing. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you. Be great.